Hi. Hello, everybody. Harmony here. I don't normally do random, spontaneous live videos at 8:30 in the morning, but I really just have felt really strongly a word from the Lord for the past couple of days that He gave me on Monday in prayer, and I've been kind of stewing it over, and just processing it with the Lord and praying about it. And I felt today He has released me to speak it out to you, to those who are able to tune in now or later or watch the broadcast or whatever. So I'll make it short and sweet. I'm not really a lengthy Facebook liver, but I did want to get on here and just release what I feel the Lord is saying to the church at this moment. And basically, it was a question that the Lord asked me on Monday when I was spending time with Him in communion. And He said, what are you allowing into your spirit, soul, and body that is hindering the healing process? And it really kind of, made me stop for a minute and think, like, what am I allowing? What is it that I have given the enemy access to in my life that is delaying or preventing me from fully walking in wholeness? And I know this word wholeness is like thrown around a lot in the body of Christ. And, it's something that we already have through Jesus, right? And it's something that we're always pursuing as well. And so wholeness is ours through the blood of Christ. And wholeness is something that we are pursuing daily, right? We have to maintain it. So I really just wanted to kind of give you a couple examples of what I think the Lord is saying, and then challenge you to maybe ask yourself that same question. What is it that you are allowing into your spirit, soul, and or body that is hindering your healing process? And whatever kind of healing it is that you are in need of. And so personally, the big thing for me that I am feeling personally for myself is my health, my physical health. Last summer, many of you know, I had a health crisis, and I actually had to get a heart procedure done because of a hole that was detected in my heart. And they went in and they closed, they sealed the hole with a device, and everything's good, and I'm walking out my healing, and I'm doing well. But since then, I felt the Lord tell me to make some changes to my diet, just to speed up the healing process. So I cut out some things. I started cutting out meat, red meat specifically, alcohol, fatty foods, things like that. And those are all great. And the Lord's like, good job. That's what I want you to do. I want you to maintain your healing, but that wasn't enough. Like, the things that I had allowed in before that were unhealthy to my diet, the Lord told me to cut them out, and I did. But in place of those things, the Lord also said, all right, now replace those bad things or things that aren't good for your health, right, with something good. And so He's like, what are you putting in their place? And I feel like that's a word for the body of Christ right now. What if God's shaking things up, and God's bringing so much realignment to the church as a whole, right? And he's wanting to restore and rebuild the ruins, right? The things that have been broken down by the enemy and by the sin that we've allowed into our lives, right? And by bad habits and by complacency and comfort, all of these things that the church has really struggled with for a long time, personally, right? Individually and corporately. So that's what's happening. So now it's time to, after we've gotten rid of the things that have caused the damage, now we have to replace those things, right, with good things. Replace those places, those broken things with good things. And that will expedite our healing. And so the Lord's like, okay, so start eating vegetables, start eating fruit, start filling those places with better things for you, better choices. So I know that's just one small example, and that's specifically relating to my health, but I feel overarching the theme is, if you have allowed something in to your spirit or soul or body that has damaged you, in some way, which who hasn't, right? We all have in some way, right? And the Lord's telling you, get rid of that. Stop doing that. Don't watch that TV show anymore. Don't go hang out with that person anymore. Spend more time, spend it with your children instead of with your, with your friend. These kinds of things. If the Lord is asking you to stop doing something for your good, right? He also wants you to replace that with something good. That habit or that action or that feeling or that thought that was depriving you. Because ultimately, we want our healing to be here faster, right? In whatever way, shape, or form that looks. And so it's one thing to maintain, which we should be maintaining by cutting out the things that are bad for us. And I'm not just talking about our bodies, right? Thought processes, if we're focusing on things that make us depressed, if we're focusing on things, lies that the enemy has told us about our worth and our value, if we're focusing on people that have hurt us, and that there's unforgiveness there, these are things we need to cut out. We're just in a process right now in the body where God is cutting off the excess, right? He's removing the excess and getting us out of our comfort zone. And there's a reason, right? There's a reason, because it's for our good and for his glory, because he's raising up a spotless bride. And we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared for the journey ahead that he's called us to. And so we've got to get rid of these things that we have allowed in to our spirit, our soul, and our body. And then we have to replace those bad habits or those things with the good things. And so spending more time with him is really the place where we're going to know what the good things are that we need to be adding to our lives in order to speed up our healing. But I just want to challenge you guys today, just with a little bit of that, of my personal journey and where I'm at. When we think of cutting things out of our life, or removing people, or removing, situations or circumstances from our lives that are depriving us, or that are stealing from us, or that are hindering our healing, we think of deprivation, we think of lack, we think of, that's been like my comfort for so long, or they've been my friend for so long, or that's been my habit for so long, right? We look at what we're losing. But the Lord is saying that if we allow him to remove it, right, then he's going to bring us so much more on the other side of that lack. He's going to add to us. He's going to give us more in the place of the thing that we think we can't lose, that we can't live without. And there's abundance on the other side, right, of us deciding to partner with him and let him remove those things that are actually hindering our healing. So I just challenge you to see those things through his vision, through his view today. Those things that are in your life that really, really you think are adding, but really they're subtracting, they're taking away, and they're making your healing take longer to come. So I pray this is something that resonates with you guys today. Let me know in the comments, and if there's anything I can be praying for you guys. But I know for me personally, I want to be prepared. I want to be everything cut away that needs to be cut away so that I can be fit, right? Spiritually and in my soul and in my body to run the race that the Lord has called me to run. All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.